This conference will now be recorded.
So, all right. So we are here to learn SAP HR or HCM. So SAP HR or HCM, both are same. Technically, both are same. No difference at all. Okay. This module, those who learns this module, okay, are called as a functional consultants. Functional consultants. So far, we heard about a developer, we heard about a customer users or end users, right? We heard about the IT support or admins, and we heard about testers, testing team. But functional consultant is something that is new in ERP environment only. Okay, the ERP environment. So SAP, those who learn SAP HCM or SAP FICO, Finance and Controlling, MM, SAP SD, okay, like this, plant maintenance, product systems, CRM, SRM, all these are functional modules. Like HR, we have a SAP FICO, we have a SAP MM, we have a SAP SD, we have a PS, various modules are there. Okay, I have just written very few here. So there are various modules. So all these modules are called functional modules. Functional modules. Okay. So these applications, these module applications are built using a programming language called ABAP. Be it HR applications, okay, or FICO, finance applications, material management. You can call them for now as an application or a program, doesn't matter. Okay, finance programs, material management programs, or tools or objects, whatever we call, all are same. So material management applications, sales applications, all these applications are built using the platform, a programming language called ABAP. Okay, so anyone who learns SAP ABAP, okay, anyone who learns SAP ABAP, these are called technical consultants. Okay, in other words, we also call them as developers. Okay, so they build these objects, they build HR objects or HR applications, they build finance objects or applications, they build material management objects or applications. Okay, so anyone who learns ABAP, these are called technical consultants. Anyone who learns these functional modules, functional consultants. So whenever there is a there is a software, there has to be admin. Okay, there is a software and the systems, there has to be admin, hardware and networking guy. What is his role? What is his role? Or IT support. What is their role? Generally, installations, user administration, right? And upgradation, software upgrade, operating system upgrade. Okay, so there has to be someone who can install and who can upgrade the operating system, databases, and softwares, etc. If any company using any technology, there has to be the technology admin. SAP has SAP admin, Oracle has Oracle admin. Okay, every technology, there has to be an admin who handles the hardware and networking, database, and OS upgrades. Okay, and the software upgrades also. So there has to be admin. So this is not something new. The technical consultants and the admins are not something new. These are there right from the software. The software was developed for the first time. Clear? Okay, the admins have to be there always. If any company is using a systems, software, computers, there has to be admins who takes care of the networking, security, okay, user ID creations, permissions, as I said, operating system upgrades, etc. So these are SAP basis people. These SAP, we can call them as SAP admins or SAP basis guys. So these guys take care of SAP installations in the server and the user ID and passwords creations and giving access to all of us. I mean, all of us means the functional consultants, the end users, and everyone, whoever is accessing the system. So these admins create a user ID and password for them and grant them the respective access for accessing the applications. So these three roles you will see in a SAP environment as SAP functional consultants, SAP technical consultants, SAP admins or a SAP basis team. Clear? So any questions so far in this? So why in SAP or in ERP? Okay, we have a functional consultants. We're going to learn it. So look at this. Don't worry about this documentation. You don't need to write anything. I'm going to share the document that I've already created. Okay, the initial 5 to 6 sessions. You don't need to write anything on the notebook. Just listen carefully. Okay, those who are going to continue, you will get a document. There is a document that I've prepared right from the beginning for the initial session, so it will be easy for you to follow. So right from what is ERP, okay, so everything, what is SAP versions, okay, architecture, everything is clearly explained. This is what we are going to cover, going forward sessions. Okay, so don't worry about writing down, ignore it, just listen. Now, what is the importance of a technology in any organization? Let's start from there. Why the companies use software tools for their day-to-day business activities. For example, there is an organization here. There is a XYZ private limited company. It may be a manufacturing company or any pharmaceutical company or any financial industry, anything. It can be any company. Okay, or it can be a profit making or non-profit making firm. It can be anything. So it has certain operations. It has operations, HR operations, financial operations, sales operations. Okay, sales operations and customer service, quality, etc. Right? It has the activities, day-to-day activities, the HR activities, financial activities, sales. Okay, customer service. I'm just noting down very few departments. There are many in a companies. Okay, every department has its own activities. Every department has its own activities. For example, when we talk about, one moment, keep yourself in mute unless you have questions. Okay, so for example, when we talk about HR, what are the HR activities? Starting from recruitment, okay, we have onboarding, okay, we have mm, payroll, payroll administration, we have time and labor administration, okay, and we have a performance management, okay, performance management, we have a training and development, So like this, there are various activities in finance: planning, cost planning, budgeting, okay, accounting. After budgeting, the company spend amounts, then the amounts need to be accounted. Accounting, controlling, cost controlling, like this various activities are there. When we talk about the sales, so sales, advertisement, distribution channels, etc., they have their own activities. Now the question is, why the organizations use any software tool? What is that the organization expect from or by using a software tool? Anyone? Why can't it be a manual work? Why the company should go for a software tool?
To store the amount in a bulk.
Okay, right.
Easy to retrieve.
Okay, perfect.
Easy to manage and
uh, it helps all the departments to come under one platform.
Okay, that is an ERP. Before ERPs, ERP is a software. We are going to discuss that. Okay, before ERP, we have early days. We don't have ERPs. These ERPs have come into the industry in the 1970s. Okay, and prior to that, we have the softwares only, the traditional software, C, .NET, Java, like that, right? And even before, we have a COBOL, Pascal, okay, business software languages, right? Okay, so why the company started using this? Okay, the evolution is like this. In the early days of business, before any software, it used to be a paperwork. Yeah, every transaction, business transaction has to be a paperwork, and then the company started using the software tools. Okay, the company started using software tools. Now the companies are going for ERP. So ERP is a type of technology. So ERP companies are going for ERP technologies. This is also a software. This is also a software. It is not different. It is a software. Now this ERP technology again become a two types: on-premise model, cloud model. On-premise ERP, cloud ERP. So let's understand all these four evolutions. So this is the technology evolution, guys. Okay. So when early days, when everything has to be a paperwork, for example, my company has 1,000 employees. Let's say this company has 1,000 employees. How do we calculate payroll for 1,000 employees? So how much effort does it take, okay, to calculate the payroll for 1,000 employees? Isn't it a big task? Yeah, calculating each employee's the gross salary, net salary, and final take-home salary. Okay, okay. Isn't it a big task for a payroll admin calculating this without any software tool? Okay, so that is one thing. The second thing, if I want to see how much salary I have paid in the January month, right now we are in October, right? I want to see how much salary is paid, and I want that report of January. So what should I do? Again, I should go back to the papers. Clear? I need to see how each one is paid, how much each one is paid, right? Okay. So first thing, data maintenance. Data maintenance is a paperwork. Okay. Second thing, calculation, paperwork. Third thing, data analysis. It's also a paperwork. Okay, so it requires huge human effort, right? Okay, and the data again on papers, it is not safe again. Okay, you need to keep them safe, and you need a huge storage. Okay, to keep every such a paper documents, right? Okay, so the data maintenance is a difficult. Okay, calculation is a difficult. Data retrieval also difficult. Of course, if there is no any software, the paper is the best one, right? That is the best one. Okay, but if there is a software, then we start thinking about the limitations of a paperwork and start thinking about advantages of a software, right? Clear? Okay, so it is similar. So data storage, okay, data processing means you can consider calculation as an example. Calculation is an example. Data retrieval, or nowadays we call it as a data analytics. Okay, so the systems are able to provide the data in a different views. It helps the management to make the better decisions on a particular area of activity. When they have a right information, they can make a right decisions, right? Like chart, tables, graphs. So it can give the data in any forms, right? Okay. So the is all these are what manual work. Okay, it requires a huge human effort and the time consuming. Okay, then the softwares have been developed. Okay, once the softwares came into the industry, the companies, the big companies earlier the big companies used to buy the license of the software, and then they get a developer, and the developer understand the requirements of the customer and they design it. Once design is completed, then it will be tested. Okay, it will be tested both by the user and the developer. Once testing is completed, they go live. Go live means they start using this software tool. Okay, so now when we start using the software tool for the same activity, data maintenance is easy. Data maintenance is easy. Yes or no? We can copy and paste the records. We can do control copy paste options. There are many tools which we can use in that particular software. Data maintenance is easy. Data processing is also easy. Calculations. Take an example of Excel sheet. Okay. In Excel sheet, what do? You can write formulas. And you put the data of 1,000 employees there. Within a second, you get the output, right? And you can use that formulas repeatedly for the next month and next month and the next month payrolls. Okay. So agreed, data processing is easy. Yes or no? Okay. And data retrieval also easy. So I can go to that tool. And get me the employees list who joined in the current year and who left in the current year. So just a click of an application. When you click on a particular application, it goes to the database and fetch the data that is needed, right? The users no need to go to a papers and again search who joined in this year, who joined in the who left the company in this year, right? The system will take care of it. The coding is written accordingly. Okay, data analysis also easy. So all these are automated. Okay, all these are automated. So the main advantage of using software tools is, one is Automation. Main one is automation. Okay, automation, data storage, data retrieval. All these are easy, become easy, and time saving. Okay, these are time saving. Okay, and less human effort and accuracy. Okay, so it can give us it gives us the accurate information. So for few years the company started using the software tools. Now they started moving to the ERP technologies. Why? Software is a better one until then, but now they are going for ERP softwares. They're going for ERP softwares. Why? What is that they are getting additionally in ERP technologies? Like, what are the ERP technologies, guys? SAP is one of the ERP technology. Oracle, Tally, Microsoft Dynamics, JD Edwards, etc. So there are various ERP technologies. Okay, so SAP is one among them. All these are the competitors. Clear? So SAP is a ERP technology. What is that? How it is different from normal traditional software tools? That's what let's learn now. Look at this. So this is the organization, and we have a here HR department and we have a finance department. Okay, in HR department there is a time and labor administration, and there is a payroll administration. There is a recruitment. I'm just writing very few here. Okay, there are many. So this is time and labor administration. What is the job of time and labor administration in the company? What is the job? Anyone?
Time refers to the login and logout time.
Okay, keeping.
And labor admin. Yes.
Yeah. Keeping the time tracking. Okay, day-to-day time trackings. Next.
Number of leaves applied, number of days present.
They need to perform also calculations. Who came late, who left early, who worked overtime. Okay, how many hours regular hours worked by employee, how many hours overtime worked by employee, how many hours late coming worked by employee, are they eligible for any shift allowances? Okay, so they have to calculate all these hours. And then what is the job of a payroll admin? What is the job of payroll admin in HR? What do they do? What is that they are responsible for?
They are responsible for salaries.
Yeah, they're responsible for calculation of salaries and make sure the salary is created. Yeah, the salary is created on the right time. Okay, if there are any issues related to the salary calculation, they are responsible for resolving them, right? So now accounting. When I say accounting, they maintain a books of accounts, right? So what is their job? What is their job? They keep the track of all transactions accounted in the books of accounts. The transaction can be incoming transaction or outgoing transaction. Okay, they credit or debit in a balance sheet in the general ledger accounts, right? So this is accounting. Now if you see, let's say this company is using a software for time department, software 1, okay, and they are using a software 2 for the payroll department, payroll activities. They are using a software 3 for the accounting activities, okay, and all the 3 are good. They have gone for best softwares. The data maintenance is easy in each software. The data calculations are easy. Data retrieval also easy. That is okay. But now, to run payroll, do we need any data? To run payroll, do we need any data from time and labor administration required? Do we require any data from the time department, guys?
Yes, sir.
So what is the data?
Depends upon login time and logout time and the number of days present, the leaves calculation.
Yes.
All
So the employee, the main gross salary, the earnings of an employee is completely depending on the employee time data. But the time data is residing in a software S1. Okay, payroll data is storing in another software. Every software has its own database, right? This software has its own database. Okay, this software has its own database. This software has its own database. Okay, now if the time admin has to send the data to the payroll, what he used to do is he download this information into a file, maybe Excel sheet. Okay, he download this information into a file, like consider this as an Excel sheet, and attach it in a mail. He opens a mailbox and attach this file in the mailbox, send it to the payroll admin. And the payroll admin opens this format, Excel format. So he might have to convert this format into the text format, okay, or XML format. The reason is the same Excel format may not be used by payroll software. If you want to load any data into the payroll software, let's say they need a text file. Tab text notepad file is there, right? So they need to convert this file to the tab text. So they have to convert this file, the file conversion, and then they upload into the payroll. The payroll admin uploads into the payroll. Once the data is uploaded, now it performs a calculation and it prints the pay slips and a bank file generated. Okay, bank file generated. Am I audible, guys? Somebody said not audible. Am I audible to all of you?
Yes,
yes, sir.
yes, audible.
Yeah, one. Okay, so now payroll system performs the calculations and it generates a net salary, and it also creates a bank file. The bank file is sent to the salary bank. Then they upload that file into their tool. Automatically all employee salaries are created. Okay, the bank send a confirmation to the company saying your employee salaries are created successfully. This is the final amount debited from your account. They send this information to the company. Now, do we need to send any data from payroll system to the accounting system? Does the payroll admin required to send any information to the accounting or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So what is that?
For
What
particular
is that
person,
information?
this much salary needs to be credited.
Okay. So The rule is, yeah, the rule is every money transaction of the company, every money transaction, incoming transaction such as revenues, outgoing transaction such as expenses, even if it is a single rupee, it has to be accounted in the books of accounts. Okay, it has to be accounted in the be it a material management. This company is purchasing some materials, okay, raw materials from some vendor. The company has to pay, right? Okay, when the company is selling its product, final furnished products, they are selling it to the customers, so they are making a money out of it. So there is a revenue generation. Similarly, in payroll, they are spending the amount, they are paying the salaries to the employee. It has to be accounted in the books of accounts. It has to be accounted in the books of accounts. So the payroll admin has to send a file. Again, they download a file into text format and share it to, attach it in a mail, share it to the accounting admin. Accounting admin download the file and convert this file into, let's say, CSV format. Let's assume the software 3 uploads or accepts only the CSV format files. Okay, so the conversion should happen here. Once conversion is done, they upload into the accounts. So this is just one example of data exchange between a department and department, or business function and business function. Okay, take another example. When the customer is placing an order for buying a car, the cars are nowadays not immediately available. The companies cannot produce all lakhs of cars at a time and keep it in a storage. So whoever comes, the customer comes and give it to him right away. They don't do it. The reason for the waiting period is they manage this logistics process. Okay, try to avoid the storage of the completed products. Okay, for example, there is another company produces another new model which is doing good and at cheaper price. So no customer buy this company for cars. So what they do, they take a first order. They take the purchase order first from the customer. They give a waiting period of 2 months. Okay, in this waiting period, not only this just a delivering process, but also manufacturing process also involved in it. Clear? Okay, so when the customer places an order, the demand of this product is traced not only in the sales but also in warehousing. It is available in warehousing, okay, to see if the stock is available or not. If not, the same information is also shared to the production to see how much time it's going to take to deliver this product. They can immediately give the reply back to this customer. Okay, within a seconds this data exchange can happen, right? So if there is no integration among these departments, if there is no integration among these departments, this process has to be repeated. Downloading a data into the file, converting into the file that is accepted by the other software. So this data exchange between a department and function is to be a manual work. It is a manual work. So this is the main advantage. This is the main advantage the companies get when they're going for any ERP applications, guys. Okay, so it has all these three. It has all the three: data maintenance, data processing, data calculations. All the three are there. Along with that three, it's like automatic integration. Automatic and real-time integration. Why? Look at this. in case of ERP, we are not using a multiple softwares. First thing, we are not using a multiple softwares. Okay, we are using, assume SAP. The company has gone for SAP. We are using an ERP tool. What is the definition of ERP? ERP is also a software that runs on centralized database. ERP is a software that runs on centralized database, which has the common applications, which has the applications built for all the departments and functions on a common platform. HR applications, finance applications, you name any department, it has the applications built ready to be used. Sorry guys, it went on mute. Repeat it. Okay, look at this. I repeat it. So we are discussing about ERP software. So ERP uses the centralized database, ERP software, and then that software has all the module applications in it, not just a HR applications, not just a time applications, time related programs, payroll related programs, accounting related programs, sales related programs, okay, customer service, material management, you name any module, all the applications are developed already, okay, and ready to be used on a common platform here. So you are not using individual softwares, you are using only one software. You are using only one software. So what happens? What is advantage? Let's say if any data is loaded into the database, into the software, isn't it accessible to every department of the company or not? Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do we have to exchange this data manually, downloading, attaching it in a mail, and sending it to the payroll? Again, payroll guy after payroll operations, he download it, attach it in a mail, send it to the accounting admin. We don't have to do all these things. This is how it works. When the time admin performs his activities, the time data is stored in the tables here. Now, when the payroll admin initiate his work, his activity, what happens is the payroll program can go and read the data that is required from the timetables. It can read it automatically. There is no manual exchange of the data. Okay, and when the payroll results are calculated, this data is stored in payroll related tables in the same database. Okay, now when the accounting admin work on his activity, then this accounting program can read this data automatically and then post it in the accounting tables. There is no manual exchange of the data. So all the business applications are now integrated. Once data is placed in the database, that data is accessible to every business application which is there in this ERP. So this is the main advantage of ERP. Okay, it is an integrated software. So no manual exchange of the data is required. Okay, so that is why the companies are moving from normal softwares to the ERP related softwares. Okay, within a HR, take another example, a simple example. When you talk about recruitment, it has its own software. Payroll has its own software. Time has its own software. Performance has its own softwares. Training and development, they are using a different softwares earlier. Within HR itself, there are 5 different software tools. Okay, because payroll software is not good for recruitment. So for recruitment, they have gone for another software tool. Okay, so if employee is hired into this company, how many times do these users have to load this employee data into the systems? When employee is hired, we have to upload the data into this tool. We have to upload the data into this software. We have to upload the data into this software for the time and labor calculations. For performance handling, we have to use this. We have to upload the data into this tool. For training and development, also we have to upload the data into this tool. 5 times I need to load the same data, because all these 5 are 5 different softwares, and all these softwares have their own independent databases. Whereas here, how many times do I have to upload the same employee data?
Only once.
Only once. There is a HR activity, core HR. When I hire an employee here, it is stored here. Okay, it is stored in the same database in another table. So this data can be read by time tools. Sorry, this data can be read by time management tools, in payroll tools, even in accounting. Employee data is also required in accounting. Employee data also required in customer service. Clear? So once data is placed, it is available for all the business applications of the company within a second. Though there is no manual exchange of the data is required here. That's the advantage of ERP. The second one, these ERPs are giving us predefined applications or ready to be used. What does that mean? Can anyone tell me? Whereas here, these are not ready to be used tools. Earlier, when we discuss about early days of softwares like COBOL, Pascal, okay, it's not like ready to be used. To keep it simple, I'll explain you an example. You want to have a shirt, okay? You would like to have a shirt. Now, one option for you is you you buy a cloth, you go to the tailor. Okay, so it's like you are a customer, you are buying a software, and you are going to the developer. So you're going to the tailor. Now you're giving your measurements to the tailor. The tailor will stitch it. Okay, once stitching is done, you verify it. If there are any changes need to be made, you ask him, he'll change it, and then you'll start wearing it. So that is a normal traditional softwares, guys. When a customer buy normal traditional software, they have to get a developer. No developer will start building these applications right from the scratch level. Okay, but ERPs are not like that. ERPs are not like that. ERPs are what? Ready-made showrooms. You want to have a shirt, you don't need to buy a cloth. What you can do? You can go to the lifestyle, okay, and there are ready-made stores there. So you go to a particular brand, and there is a shopkeeper there. He will ask you, so what actually is your requirement? So the customer tells him, I want this brand and this size shirt and of this color. Okay, so there is a shopkeeper. He takes the requirements from the customer, and then he goes to the store and get all the models of his choice. Okay, that suits to his choice. Now the customer will choose one of them. Okay, if the model that he is asking for is not available, then the shopkeeper tells him, yes, this type of model is not there in the store. Okay, is not there in the store. So if you like, we will show you an alternative types, alternative models, which you may like and which may look better than what you are asking for. So the shopkeeper will tell all this. Clear? Okay. So where is the tailor here? Where is the developer here? So who is the shopkeeper there? In our software example, ERP example, the shopkeeper job is played by who? Anyone? When the customer goes to the store, he interacts with the shopkeeper, okay, and the customer gives his requirements to the shopkeeper. The shopkeeper goes to the store and fetch all the models that he's asking for. He's not a developer. So that is what is our role. Functional consulting role is like a so the shopkeeper role. Okay, we are not the one who is building these applications. There are already applications built and ready to be used in the store. Okay, the moment you install SAP, these applications are ready to be used. These applications are ready to be used. Okay, all these applications have been used for the last 30 years and have been upgraded, tested thoroughly, and upgraded continuously according to the dynamic change of the business. Clear? Okay, so all these are ready-made tools. So why then the technical consultants are needed here? Why the developers are still needed in ERP?
In
When
case of
every
any
application,
problem
yeah,
is resolved with
yeah, correct. See, even if it is a lifestyle, you still needed someone. Sorry, you still need Tyler, right? For alterations.
yes, sir.
Okay, when you buy a jeans, so it's longer than your measurements. So you go to the tailor and ask him to trim it, right? Okay, so you still need a tailor. So similarly in ERP, though SAP or ERP technology has provided predefined applications, we still need to change them. For some of the applications, we still need to modify them according to our requirement. So you still need a developer. So that's why in a normal technologies, guys, you have these roles. Normal softwares, you have these roles. In a normal softwares, we have, I'll put it here. First role, developer. He is the one who interacts with the customer, understand the requirement and start designing it. Okay, start designing it according to the customer need. And then users, who is a customer. And then there is an admin. If there is a software user, there is admin for sure. If there are systems used, there is admin for sure. In ERP softwares, okay, so we have a role, functional consultants, and we have a role of developers. We have a role of users, or admin, or we also call this a customer, and we need a admins. Testers are there here, the testing people in all the technologies anyway. Okay, so what is the role of a functional consultant? Our role is to understand what are the standard applications provided by SAP, how they work, okay, for which type of requirements we can use that application, and that is what you are learning in this training. You are not here to write any code. Our job is to understand the standard applications provided by SAP. The more you learn, the better solution you can give to the customer. Take the same case. If the shopkeeper does not have any idea what is there in the store, what is not there in the store, can he serve better to the customer?
No, sir.
No, right? So that's what is our role. Our job is to understand what is there and what is not there, how each one works, because we need to show it to the customer. Okay, so the customer will choose it, he will accept it and he'll choose it. So if I explain, if SAP has given 1000 applications, if I explain 100, if I explain 800 and you land only 400, and when tomorrow you have to implement SAP for the customer, with that 400 applications knowledge, you can go there, and then when the customer talks about his requirement, you can give a better one out of that 400. So the best one may be the other 600. So what do you do if the customer is not convinced with it? Okay, then you have to start exploring it again, or you may have to take the senior's help, or you may have to take the help from SAP directly. SAP provides a customer service 24/7. They're available all the time. So you raise your ticket issue. So this is what my customer requirement. Is there any solution provided for this? So SAP will reply it. Yes, it is there in so and so place. You can go and customize it. Okay. So the functional consultant is the only point of contact for the customer in ERP. The functional consultant is the only point of contact for the customer. The payroll users, payroll consultant is a point of contact. Accounting users, accounting consultant, FICO consultant is a point of contact. Material admins, material consultant is a point of contact. We are like representatives. Okay, for the customer, we always need to try to get best out of SAP for our customers. Because customer is not good in SAP, they are not aware of SAP applications. That's the reason they are hired us. That's the reason they hire us. Okay, so the customer has bought the software. There should be someone who can design that software according to their needs. So they hire these consultants. Okay, for installing SAP, they hire basis team. Okay, for creating user administrations, hardware and networking, everything, they hire a basis team. If just in case any alterations required for the standard applications, they need developers. So they hire developers. But we are the one for the first point of contact for the customers. We always try to give the better application, the best application to our customer. When I say best application, how do you measure it? It should be user friendly and it should be high automated. All customers expect like this. At a click of a button, everything should happen, so that they can keep very less effort, time saving for them. That's how they expect it. Okay, everything is not possible like that. System requires some inputs. Unless you provide that input, some things cannot be calculated, right? Without giving a basic salary HR DA to the system, without giving a basic salary HR DA to the system, can it calculate the final net salary? Can it generate the pay slip? No, right? So it's not like all activities are automated. Certain activities user interaction is required. Yeah. So that is what is our role, functional consultant role. First, our job is to understand standard applications available in the system. Okay. And we should be able to interact with the customer, understand the customer needs. So we are the experts of the business process. We are the experts of the payroll. We are the experts of time and labor practices. We are the experts of performance management. We can even guide a better practice than what customer is following currently. So when the customer following something, you can advise them, okay, why are you using this method? This is the right approach. If you do this approach in this SAP system, if you use this method, these are the advantages that you are getting. Customer will be happy about it. So to that level, you need to learn the skill SAP. Okay, and also in case of alterations, it is not a customer who interact with a developer. It is again the functional guys. It is again the functional consultant. So the functional consultant interact with the user to understand what actually he is requiring, and then the functional consultant search for the suitable application in the list. Let's say if it is not available, the functional consultant tells him that this application is not available. So what should we do? Customer says, no, I need this application. I want to capture this data somewhere in the system. Then we advise them, okay, we get a developer, let him build a table where we can capture this data. Okay, so he'll ask us, how much do you charge additionally? Because it's not a standard one, right? It is a custom one now. So 10 hours of effort. He might negotiate. The customer might negotiate. No, reduce it to 8 hours and build the application. The reason for negotiation is they have to pay for that hours. Okay, once agreed on hours, then it is a functional consultant who should work with the developer to get that application ready and give it to the customer and explain him how it works. So we are the point of contact for everything that is required by the customer. Be it a standard application or be it a custom application, everything has to go through us to the customers. So by the time you complete one implementation, you will be expert in the module that you have worked on. Before I learn SAP, I don't know anything in payroll, not at all. Generic meaning of the payroll also I don't know. But when I started learning SAP, I started learning payroll. Through technology, I learned payroll process. Through technology, I learned recruitment process. Okay, now I can talk entire recruitment process, learning and development, organizing these trainings and everything. I can talk about entire HR practices. Nobody has taught me. The technology has taught me. Okay, so that's why the good thing in SAP is anyone from any background, any graduation can learn any SAP course. There is nothing like this course cannot be learned by these fellows, or to learn this HR course, the guys have to be from from MBA HR or HR background only. It's not like that. Okay. For SAP HR consultants, the companies are hiring BTech students as a freshers. For a freshers, they are hiring BTech students. So what do they know about HR operations? Even MBA HR guy can understand something in payroll, that minimum wages act and all, they can understand. So what we need here is a logical thinking. You're not writing any code. So you will understand the practice through the technology anyway. Anybody can understand any practice through the technology. I don't know anything about material management. I can go and learn it. Okay, so when I started working with the accounting administration, see, because payroll is integrated with the accounting. So I was working in a payroll implementations. I started interacting with the accounting users. I learned what is a balance sheet, what is a cost center, what is profit center, what is a GL account, credit side, debit side rules. Okay, all of it. Almost 10 to 15% of accounting also have learned through this technology. Any module can be learned by anyone from any graduation. That is the best thing in SAP. Everybody can get the job in SAP. Only when they trust it, they believe it, they completely depending on it. Okay, everyone. Even see, there is a guy who has not been working for the last 5 to 6 years, just completed a graduation. They can learn, but the thing is, they have to spend the time accordingly. Okay, if the TCS or a Wipro or any company think that you can handle this customer applications, you can design this SAP for the customer. If they think, irrespective of any of your academic background, they'll hire you because they need a business. For the last 3-4 months, there is a huge requirement for payroll. The company, the HCM heads have been calling me for the profiles because they came to know I'm giving the training on the SAP payrolls. These consultants are deadly needed now, SAP payroll consultants. The problem is, the reason for this is, earlier we have a huge number of SAP consultants. Some of them are migrated to different technologies, cloud platforms. So there's a lot of scarcity for the payroll profiles. Okay, many openings are there for the payroll profiles. So that is the demand we have now. So it's not like the demand will be continued forever. In a year, 2 months demand will be high, 2 months demand will be less, 2 months demand will be high, 2 months demand will be less. It's like this. Okay, once you learn it, you start immediately attending the interviews. Okay, so some company may be in a huge need because they need someone to show to the client, saying we have a consultants available on the pool, so I can handle your projects immediately. So they need to show the team first. So in such a case, they immediately hire the person with the basic skills. So that's a scope we have in SAP. Okay, but so once we establish the career in SAP, within HR itself, for example, you take a HR, within a HR itself, various modules are there. Recruitment onboarding is one combination, core HR is another combination, planning and development, training and development is one combination, payroll is one profile, time profile. All these are different profiles, different jobs in the market. You can shift from anything to anything, okay, easily within no time, within 2 weeks or 15 days of time. Okay, so we will learn the process. When I started learning, only one country I learned, but when it comes to the work for the last 14 years, I've been working on 8 countries, 8 different country implementations. I know nothing about those countries, but I started learning those countries using SAP applications. Why SAP designed this application like this? Why is it giving this kind of output? If you start reading it and then comparing with the legislation of that country, statutory rule of that country, both will be matching. Okay, this company or this country calculates a tax like this with this formula. Even the users are not aware of it. Clear? Okay, some of the calculations because they have been using some technology earlier. So the technology is giving a right result, but they don't know what is the background logic. You will be able to know all these things. That's the advantage. Okay, in becoming a functional consultants. Those who are in a huge demand now. Even developers have a very good market now. Web consultants. So any questions so far? You understand your role? Functional consultant role. Consider this as just introduction of ERP and introduction of these three roles. Anybody has any question in it? Nidhi, can you hear me? I just saw your message.
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Okay. So this week, all this week, see, I spend more time on, this is my way of training. I spend more time on the introductions. More time on it, almost 6 to 7 classes only introduction. The first technical class will be mostly on next Monday. Until then, it is completely introduction to make you understand the terminology that we are going to use, the complete SAP basics like architecture is what, SAP versions are what, SAP release management, and more about the SAP project implementations and the support and maintenance projects. Okay, and our roles we discuss clearly and thoroughly for the initial 7 days guys. So today we discussed about the paperwork and the software and the ERP software. So let me take the another evaluation here. It is like after ERP technology, now the ERP technology become two types: on-premise ERP and cloud ERP. This is the latest evolution of the technology. On-premise ERP and cloud ERP, two types are there. So can anyone give me example for the on-premise and cloud? What is cloud? I'll take another 5 to 10 minutes, guys. What is on-premise?
From anywhere.
Success factor.
No, I'm not talking about the technologies. I'm talking about the differences.
On-premise means it's a particular. It can be shared only in a location only. Either it can be a part of India or it can be a part of Hyderabad, like that.
No, we can access them from anywhere.
Cloud you can access
See,
it.
if the servers are in USA, we can access right from here.
Okay. So on-premise it can be compared with same company.
Yes. Cloud.
The cloud is like where number of companies can gain access to the cloud to take their own data. Number of companies are stored in one cloud.
Cloud is a
Let me
virtual
explain this.
storage.
Virtual storage, yes. Let me explain you. We have been using a cloud application for the last maybe one moment. She is not able to. Okay. Yeah. Again, just a layman example. See, I'm doing my business and I have to travel a lot. Okay. I have to travel a lot. So I thought of buying a car. I invest 10 lakhs. And buy the car. Okay, so I need to have premise to keep it. Okay, the customization is of my choice, is my expenses. Any customizations that you want to do in a car, it is our choice. Okay, any maintenance, fuel or whatever it is, regular maintenance, irregular maintenance, both is our responsibility. And any accident happens is our responsibility. Okay, so this is on-premise model. I am doing my business and I want a software. I want a software. I will buy the software. I will buy the software, hardware, okay, security tools, network, database, operating system permanently for the permanent usage. Okay, so I install my server in my company, and then I will install the software also in the server, and I connect to the network and I start using it. I can do whatever I want with this server now. I can customize anything. I can upgrade anytime. I can upgrade anytime. So this is on-premise model. Owning everything is on-premise model. Okay. What is a cloud model? Let's say I'm traveling. I have a business and I'm traveling. Instead of buying a car, and if I want to use the car, but I don't want to buy, what should I do? What should I do?
Rent or
How can
lease
you
a
use?
car.
So you can buy the service, right? So you can book the cab. You can book the cab and use it as long as you need it. Okay, and you pay for the service. You pay for the service. You are not owning that car. You don't have to premise to keep it. You don't have a premise to keep it. Okay, and the customizations are not your choice. Clear? Okay, maintenance is not your choice. Regular maintenance. Okay, so all this is not our responsibility. We pay for the service. That's all we do, and we are not owning everything. So on-premise is like a capital investment. It's like you are investing everything. So operational investment will be less. Operational investment will be less. Cloud is like cloud. There is no capital investment much. It's more of an operational investment. See, it's like cable TV. Okay, you subscribe the cable and cable TV and you pay for monthly basis. As long as you need it, you use it. On-premise is like buying a dish antenna, amplifiers and all, installing it on your house permanently. Clear? Permanently. So see, if I have to use, there are 200 TVs. If I have to use 200 TVs, which is better, subscription or permanent installation? Instead of paying regular operational cost, I will go for direct dish antenna and everything. I'll take care of that maintenance because I don't want to put operational cost more. Okay, because 200 TVs. If I have only one TV or two TVs, okay, building or installing the dish antenna, amplifiers and all is that worth for you? No, right? You go for subscription basis. So depending on the choice, they can choose. Okay, We have been using the cloud services for the last 30-40 years, which is a Gmail or a Hotmail. That itself is a cloud service, right? Why is it a cloud service? Because you are not the one who built that application, and you are not the one who is maintaining that server. That server is located in USA in Google data center. There is application server, there is a database server. What you are using is just a virtual screen. The virtual screen will be opened when you use that URL, and you give user ID and password in it, and you can upload your documents into the Gmail. When you upload your documents into the Gmail, where are the documents stored? Are the documents stored on your machine, on your system? When you upload the documents, where are the documents stored? So the Google give you 15 GB of database for your mail ID in their Google data center. So you are keeping your documents there in the Google data center. That's a cloud. It is in somewhere you are accessing everything with the URL and password, user ID and password. So that is a cloud. Using application as a service, using application as a service is a cloud. See, I started one website. Okay, I have to keep all this web development somewhere. All this web development somewhere. Okay, and the web service pages also somewhere. I don't want to have the server. What I can do, I can approach AWS. I'll give you a monthly amount. This is a space I need. Okay, I use it. So Amazon Web Service will give you the cloud space. So where you can put your application development, coding, and also the web pages. Okay, and can be shared via URL, user ID, and passwords. Clear? That's what the cloud is. Okay, so there are the advantages of the cloud, disadvantages of the cloud, and there are the advantages of on-premise, disadvantages of on-premise. Okay, so think about them. What are the advantages and disadvantages? Okay, we'll discuss this tomorrow, guys. Any questions before I close? So the first, this today is a one session, and Monday to Saturday, the sessions will be at 9 to 10 a.m. After that, after 10 days, you will be permanently shifted to 8 to 9 a.m. guys. This is the batch timings. The first for 10 days, this is the timings, and permanently this will be your time. Okay, and the first 3 days, 1, 2, 3 sessions, you can listen using the same meeting link. Okay, fourth day and onwards, I will be creating a group. Those who are enrolled, they will be continued in that group. So there is a group I'm going to create, which is a batch number 49. So in that group, whoever are going to continue, so I'll add them into this group. It's fourth day and onwards. Okay. So if you have already decided to continue, you just text me with your number and mail ID in a WhatsApp. Okay. Then I will add you in the group. So fourth day onwards, we will be using this group. So first 3 sessions, you can use the same meeting link that I've shared. Okay. So tomorrow's session will be on SAP. What is SAP? What are the modules on SAP HCM? Okay, I'll give the introduction on those modules. Okay. Any questions from anyone?
Hi, sir. Sir, I'm Sandeep. Sir, I had a doubt on what is are we using cloud SAP in cloud and normal in the same SAP, sir? Is it the same version?
See, the technology wise, there will not be any difference between the real time and the class. Okay. So it is on-premise model we are working on now. Clear? SAP is an on-premise model. Does that answer your question? Anybody else? Okay, guys, keep yourself in mute unless you have a question. Yeah, from anyone? Any question? So if you
Good
guys have
morning.
a problem, yeah, go ahead, please.
I'm Lavanya. Are they completely online classes or offline classes, sir? The entire batch 49?
This is the plan is actually the online classes only.
Okay.
Well, last time also people asked me to start offline classes, but after 4 days of offline
Okay.
classes, they started joining in the online classes because of this COVID situation, or they need to travel from some place. They said we will continue online classes only. So I stopped offline classes again. So there were 35 members in the morning batch and 25 members, around 25 members in the 8 to 9 a.m. batch. You guys are going to be clubbed in that batch. And all those sessions will be online sessions. Okay. Offline sessions, yeah, you can go to our lab and practice it. The systems are ready, no one is there. Okay.
Okay.
The institute is open, you can go and practice if you want. The
Okay,
SAP
sir.
will practice it. Yes.
Good morning, this is Rajshekhar.
Yeah, Rashikar.
Sir, if you would like to continue, we need to send a separate text message for you that we want to continue the class.
Yeah, before the fourth class.
Okay. Before the fourth class, I need to give a personal text
You can
message.
give a confirmation now. You can give a confirmation. I'll add it in the group.
Yeah, I'll
But
do
fourth
it.
class, I will share the meeting link in that batch.
Sure, sir. I'll be joining in that thing, sir.
Okay, okay. All right, guys. If you don't have any questions, I'll close it for today. And if you have any questions still, you can WhatsApp me. Okay. Catch you tomorrow at 9 o'clock, guys.